Welcome back to the MMA Business Hour, everyone. And in today's episode, I want to discuss Dana White's comments at the UFC 287 post-fight press conference. It's in my opinion that Dana White continues to attack the media, and he wants to silence these reporters from asking the tough questions. He's trying to put blame on these reporters for stirring the pot and starting the shit between Kevin Holland and Jorge Masvidal. I'm going to show you guys a series of clips of Dana White's comments, and I'm going to break them down for you and let you know my opinion on what Dana White is doing trying to silence the UFC reporters. Check out this clip and let me know in the comments below what you guys think about Dana White and him trying to silence the UFC reporters.
Well, I guess what happened with Kevin Holland, what happened to
Well, the reason I don't want you guys talking to him about other fights is, guys, we're fucking 2 days before a fight. He's not fighting Jorge Masvidal. Whatever they got into, whatever, first of all, it creates shit backstage and at the hotels, right? When you guys ask them questions like that and they say something, we still got 2 days until the fight, and these guys run into each other backstage and everywhere else, and it's so disrespectful to their opponent. There's an opponent sitting up there that they're going to fight.
Another thing that annoyed me about Dana White's comments is when he said it's disrespectful to the fighters to ask different questions not pertaining to their particular fight. That's absolute bullshit. That's just Dana White's way of saying, don't ask these tough questions because I don't want to deal with the fallout in case these fucking fighters fly off the handle. Don't blame the reporters. Blame the fighters for not being able to keep their shit together. They're grown-ass men, and if some reporter is going to say something that makes them fly off the handle, that's not the reporter's fault. That is the reporter's job to ask tough questions. And this isn't fucking Russia, Dana White. These reporters should be able to ask any question they want. That is their job. If there's some sort of altercation in the lead up to the fights on Saturday night, these reporters should be able to ask the tough questions. And Dana White trying to silence them is just complete bullshit. Dana wants everything his way or the highway. It's absolutely insane that these reporters can't even ask questions anymore without Dana White. He literally said in the video that he will continue to attack them if they ask the tough questions. And he's blaming the reporters for the fighters' behavior. These fighters are grown men. If they're going to go off the handle because some reporter said some bullshit, that's on them. It has nothing to do with the reporter. These fighters, especially on the lead up to a fight, need to be more in control of their emotions. Like Kevin Holland freaking out when he's got a fight against Ponzinibbio isn't the reporter's fault, no matter what the reporter said. Or Jorge Masvidal, he was getting into it with Kevin Holland. Apparently he was trying to fight some fucking guy on the street. There's like videos of that everywhere. Hey Dana, I know you don't like to have accountability for your actions, clearly, but it's not the reporter's fault that the fighters go off the handle when they ask tough questions. And that's just a cop-out. That's just an excuse that Dana White's using for these fighters to have this bullshit asshole behavior. It's not the reporter's fault that Jorge Masvidal tried to kick some fucking citizen's ass outside the venue this week. And it's not the reporter's fault that Kevin Holland was talking shit when he was signing autographs to Gilbert Burns about Jorge Masvidal. It had nothing to do with the reporters. And to blame it on them is just a complete cop-out and complete bullshit. I want you guys to check out this next clip where Dana White threatens the media.
I just hate that shit. I get it. You want your fucking clicks or whatever it is you guys want to get, your little fucking moment that you can post, but I will fucking attack you if you do that. You know what I mean? It just causes a lot of bullshit backstage and at the hotel. And
Dana White goes on to say, oh, you want your little clicks, you want your little moment. That's their job. Their job is to get people to read and watch the videos that they're putting out. That is their job. They are the media. They're supposed to ask tough questions. They're supposed to get an audience interested in the material that they're generating. If they don't ask tough questions or interesting questions, no one's going to give a shit what they have to say. Dana White says he will attack you, the media, if they continue to do that. Meaning that if they continue to ask tough questions that stir the pot and create tension backstage, that Dana White is going to continue to attack the media. It's absolutely insane that he's running this ship like a dictatorship. It's absolutely insane. It's inexcusable. You don't see like the commissioners in the NFL or baseball or any of these presidents of these big sports organizations coming out and attacking the media. Dana White needs to check his ego and stop being a little bitch and let the reporters do their job. Okay, I got one more clip for you guys. Check it out and let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
It's like the time the stuff went down with Diaz and all those guys, and Hamzat. These guys have fucking 20, 30 guys backstage, and just that shit just can't happen here, and you guys can't instigate it.
Dana White brings up Nate Diaz and Hamzat Chimaev, and then they have their little 20-man posses backstage. So you think if there was no media at all, fucking Nate Diaz and Hamzat Chimaev would be playing fucking cards and, singing Kumbaya backstage? Give me a fucking break, Dana White. Diaz and Hamzat, they're fucking psychos, dude. If you blow hot air in their direction, it's going to piss them off and they're going to want to beat the shit out of you. And to blame that on the reporters that they're the ones instigating these big fucking melees is absolute fucking insanity. Dana White is being a little bitch about this whole situation. You got to get your security on lockdown, and if you can secure the building, then you don't have to worry about these posses creating all this tension. You got to do your job. Don't blame it on the reporters and the media. It's such a cop-out. It's such like an easy little bitch move. And Dana White is continuing to attack the media, and I don't think it's right. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about Dana White's perspective on the media and whether you actually believe that the media is causing all this bullshit backstage in the lead-ups to these fights. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We're almost at 3,000 subscribers, so if you haven't yet, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave some comments, and let's talk about how much of a bitch Dana White is being. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll catch you guys on the next fight.